Good morning, and welcome to Real Life News, news for the real life community. I am your host, Pastor Phil. Today after service, if you are new to Real Life Church, we would like to get to know you better and be able to answer any questions that you may have. Join us for Newcomers Coffee in the Fireside Room. During our Wednesday night service, the Operation Exodus Prayer Group will be doing a presentation for the Holocaust Remembrance Day program. Here's a short clip about Yad Vashem.
As the Jewish people's living memorial to the Holocaust, Yad Vashem, on the Mount of Remembrance in the eternal city of Jerusalem, safeguards the memory of the past and imparts its meaning for future generations. A world center for commemoration, education, documentation, and research of the Holocaust, Yad Vashem today is a dynamic and vital place of intergenerational and international encounters.
During the program, we would like to honor those who survived this time in history. February 3rd, Pioneer Home Life Group is canceled for this week. Starting February 3rd, there will be Community Ladies Bible Study here at Real Life Church, starting Tuesdays at 10 a.m. For more information, contact Diane Mayer. February 7th, Men's Breakfast will be meeting. All men are encouraged to come as they will be discussing and preparing for the ladies' brunch. We are excited to announce the start of 3 different ministries here at Real Life Church for 2015. First, there's M&M, Movie and Ministry. It is an outreach ministry where we show great, clean movies and we don't charge for the showings. Real Life Direction is a ministry to help those in need find resources, housing, counseling, prayer, medical care, transportation, and food. There are many ways that you can be involved in Real Life Direction. And lastly, Access Children's Ministry is starting a children's outreach service. It would be a full service in the sanctuary centered around children. It would include worship, prayer, a lesson, games, food, and lots of fun. If you are interested in being a part of these ministries, please sign up at the connecting table, and there will be a brief introductory meeting Sunday, February 8th, right after church. Women of Real Life Church. The men would like to invite you to a special ladies' brunch on February 14th at 10 a.m. Join other women of Real Life Church for fun and fellowship. Come and be served by the men. And now an update from our youth department. This Wednesday, we will be going over to Church on the Rock Wasilla for a One Youth Network rally. We will be meeting here at Real Life Church at 6 p.m. and we will be back here at 9 p.m. You must have a signed permission slip for this event. And February 7th is our second annual ski trip to Alyeska. The cost is $75, and if you need to rent gear, it is an additional $35. Helmet rentals are also available for $5. You will also need a permission slip for this event. Both permission slips can be found at the connecting table. And now it is time for a new segment here at Real Life News. I would like to introduce you all to our very first Real Life Church On Mission Spotlight, where we spotlight people that are a part of Real Life Church that go on mission into the world.
Give me your eyes for just 1 second. Give me your eyes so I can see everything that I keep missing. Give me your love for humanity.
My name is Kevin Wallace, and I actually work for the municipality of Anchorage as a fire captain.
My name is Teresa Wallace, and I manage 2 dental clinics, one in Anchorage and one in Wasilla. I'm going to visit an orphanage in Puerto Vallarta. Kevin and I have visited there a couple times, and we're actually getting an opportunity to return in February.
Well, I've been there 2 times. Teresa was just there a couple months ago, so this will be 3rd time for me. So
I spend a lot of time in the kitchen, helping with the staff, and then I also spend a lot of time feeding the kids, playing with the kids, and just loving on them and showing them God's grace.
Children just basically are just wanting loved. These are children that have come from some very bad circumstances. There's a lot of abuse. Like Teresa said, we just really like to give them a lot of love and support. And at the same time, we're hoping to really kind of just, reach out and show them, show them the love of Jesus and, and God Himself, what's there.
Whatever you're involved in, I think it's really important that you minister right here in our own town as well as afar.
You know, when we come back from this trip, we just feel so blessed, for one, that we've had the opportunity to be able to go, you know, on a trip like this. So we bring that back, and like I said, you know, within my workplace, within the firehouse, you know, I get a lot of interest from the crew as far as how the trip went, what we did, and I think a lot of them are expecting to hear about the beach and the warm weather, and you know, immediately I'm like, you know, that's great, but you know, wait till you see the pictures of, you know, this little one that you know, I really got attached to, and they start to get interested in it, and then at the same time we start to talk about, you know, why Teresa and I go, and you know, for the love of Christ, that we're able to just, you know, bring the message to these children, and at the same time we get a lot of co-workers that are like, really, maybe I should do that when I go out to travel, is maybe I should find an orphanage or someplace that I can go work in, or stop by and help. So it does make a difference.
This, I think God just pretty much reached out and opened up doors that we didn't know were even needing to be opened. Yeah, they house up to, well, they're pretty maxed at 58 kids. The first couple times we've been there, they were maxed. They didn't really have any resources other than what was coming from people that would visit the orphanage. And from what we understand, this particular orphanage is more set up like a children's home. And so it's a nice, safe place for these children to come, to be loved and cared for. A few years ago, they were completely non-adoptable children. But that has opened up now, and some of the children are being adopted out. And I was super excited in November when I was there. I was like, where are all the kids that I knew from last time and the time before? And they said that they had opened up the adoption, and that really thrilled my heart, because I know that they're in loving families. I would have to say that my blessings from this church are God's grace. I've never felt anything greater than that, than when I come home from a mission of, you know, not only humanitarian work, but also sharing the love of God. God blesses you in a way that I never experienced before. It's amazing.
When you realize that we actually are able to go into the kitchen area, we're able to go into the nursery, which most people we talk to there, they just get kind of the tour of the visit. God has put us into that facility. And you know, when we come back and we sit back and we talk to friends, and like we said earlier, we talk to coworkers, we realize the blessings that we've been given, and you know, just praise God that He's allowing us to do this work for Him, and in return we do get blessed, and that's just all we could really ask for in life. This kind of started as our vacation. You know, we've been going to Mexico since the mid-late 80s. So what we started to do is we started to talk to some of the locals through some of the resort areas and hotels, and that's kind of where we started to make our connections, is obviously the people that live there.
In November was strictly, I was there doing God's work. As far as some of the other trips, yeah, we pretty much would do both. You know, spend a few days at the orphanage, some days at the beach, sightseeing. It just really depends. We fit it all in.
I think the opportunity's out there. You just got to research it, and I know online is probably a good place to start. I think the biggest thing is just take the opportunity when you travel or go to a different place. Like I say, even if it's in our own country, you know, go and find out. There's definitely less fortunate people out there. You know, God has certainly given Teresa and I the opportunity to do a lot of things in life, and you know, it just takes sometimes it's that little giving back, you know, and just showing His love and spreading His word, and doing it whenever you have the opportunity.
Reach out as much as you can in your own community. There's a lot of boys and girls clubs. There's all kinds of different things, big brothers, big sisters, different things that you know, can volunteer your time at. We do the Thanksgiving blessing here at our church, which is amazing. I'd encourage you, if you haven't been a part of that, to start there. And you know, the clothing giveaway, I think that's a pretty important ministry here in our own church.
For more real-life news, be sure to join our email list or find us on Facebook. Thank you.